I did tell you that I told you that we had some Brandon Belt news, and here it is. Alex Pavlovich has just shared that Brandon Belt is going to have knee surgery tomorrow. That ends his season, and Belt told Pavlovich that he'd like to continue playing, but it'll depend on how his knee feels. He had the same procedure done in 2015. His knee did respond well. So, if that's it for his season, Ray, is that it for his Giants career?
I would assume so, unless he just wants to close it out because he likes it here. But he'd have to take a pretty significant haircut.
Massive haircut.
Yeah, I mean, I think...
And even, honestly, with the production that you didn't get out of him, does the haircut serve anything but nostalgia?
I can't imagine that it does. But, you know, one of the things that the Giants have been not notorious for, but well known for, is they take care of their own, maybe sometimes beyond their shelf lives. So they might be kinder than you would think most teams would be. But this is also a new regime. And the contracts that people used to complain about, you know, to Posey, to Crawford. Crawford's really the first guy to get rewarded, you know, by these guys.
They would have gone with they would have absolutely re-upped Posey, but he just wanted out.
Yeah. Oh no, but I'm talking about the previous contract that people complained about.
Okay.
And you know, the Kane contract, the Lincecum contract, keeping Zito past his useful time. That was an earmark of the Brian Sabian years, which was, you do right by me, I do right by you, which is, quite frankly, a pretty admirable way to do business. That said, I don't know that it's going to necessarily be up to Farhan Zaidi. This might be a Greg Johnson call, or it just says, all right, you want money to spend this winter? Well, it's going to have to come from somewhere, and that's a place we're going to start.
Brandon Belt is making, what'd you say, Grandy? 18 and change? 18 plus million for Brandon Belt this year. He had a terrible year. To bring him back, what's a number? Brandon, we'd like to give you a goodbye tour. I mean, even though this year kind of was your goodbye tour, if you'd like one more, because this can't be a multi-year deal. We're not bringing you back for 2 or 3 years or 2 years of the player option or anything like that. It would be a one-off, and it can't go north of $5 million. Let's be honest.
Well, if that's the parameters, then that's done. Then he's not going to take that much of a haircut. He's going to see what the market will bear.
Who's giving Brandon Belt $5 million to play baseball for the
I have no idea.
Coming off a knee surgery and a bunch of questions.
All I'm telling you is, I think he'd retire at that point.
I mean, he should. That's it. He was an important enough San Francisco Giant to go out, not on a shield because he has nothing left, but to go out under the premise of, hey, I came back for one more go around. My knee absolutely quit on me, and that's it. I mean, when the body goes, it's gone, and trying to hang on, even though there's, you know, an awful lot of allure to continue to be a major leaguer, he should step away. He should step away with the, I don't want to say with the dignity he's got left, because he hasn't done anything to, you know, undignify himself. But he's a player of diminishing returns, and I think he's diminishing his already unappreciated reputation in this town by hanging on even longer than what a lot of people would already tell you is maybe too long.
Well, I mean, a lot of that depends on whether the surgery will fix what was ailing him this year, because he looked old, and I suspect that a lot of that was caused by the fact that it was hard to walk. So, I mean, look, guys will always want to play beyond their shelf lives. So I think he's going to look and see what the market has for him out there, and maybe somebody needs that kind of guy. I mean, I can't put a number on this right now because I don't know who's looking for a non-power hitting first baseman. But there might be somebody who's, you know...
Who can't hit lefties.
Well, I mean, as an example, I mean, the Marlins just got rid of Jesus Aguilar. And they might be in the market for an $8 to $10 million first baseman for 1 year. until their next first baseman arrives. There can be a fit for Brandon Belt, and that wouldn't be a ridiculous notion to consider.
Well, if this is it for Brandon Belt, I mean, it's a thanks for the memory situation. I know that Brandon Belt left an awful lot of people wanting more and screaming for more. He is one of the... How about this? During the peak of success of the San Francisco Giants, he remained a less than universally appreciated presence. His big moments, I don't know, they're far and few between. I wouldn't say the man had a lot of moments.
No, he wasn't a moment player. But he was the guy you put at first base every day and you knew what you were getting.
Right.
And
a guy who was going to squeeze an umpire's strike zone rather than swinging a baseball with the bases loaded. But hence the frustration.
Well, because he wasn't a free swinging guy, because he doesn't have the power to be a free swinging guy. You want a free swinging guy, you have to be able to say, okay, well, you're going to hit 230. I mean, like Christian Walker in Arizona. He's hitting like 230 maybe, but has 31 homers. So, Belt was not going to be that guy. Belt was going to be a high average, low power guy. And at first base, that's not terribly tolerated even now when batting averages are as depressed as they've been in forever.
What? Just real quick, I'm interested in what it might be in someone's mind. 888-957-9570. I want to ask the audience, what is your Brandon Belt memory? If it is over, what is the one, when you think about Brandon Belt, what pops into your mind? What is his signature moment with the San Francisco Giants? Does he even have one? Well, he had the big home run at Coors, right? Didn't he have a walk-off at Coors Field?
I seem to remember that. I mean, he wasn't...
Right, that ended the play. It was like a 14-inning long playoff game or a 22-inning long play. It was a ridiculous extra-inning playoff game, and Brandon Belt ended that. Deep into extras.
Are you thinking of the Washington game? The one that went 18?
No, Washington, excuse me. It wasn't Colorado. That's where Freddie Lewis was trying to go yard. Greatest Brandon Belt memory. 888-957-9570 if indeed it is over for Brandon Belt. Alex Pavlovich reporting that he's going to have knee surgery tomorrow, ending his season. He had the same procedure back in 2015. His knee responded well to that, but he's older, and if you're getting second surgeries, those rarely bring you back to state of the art.
That counts as a significant moment. Off Tanner Rourke in the 18th.
Yeah, there you go. So I only got the inning, the ballpark, incorrect.
Well, okay.
And the opponent.
I mean, yeah, some guys are not, what's the great Buster Posey moment? There really isn't one of those either. There's the
home run in Cincinnati comes to my mind right away.
But, you can't stack him very high either. He was just a guy who, punched the clock every day and was a very good catcher.
Right.
I mean, and I'm not trying to diminish what he did in any way, shape, or form, but he doesn't have that electrifying moment. And I don't hold that against guys for not having that.
Let me take you back to Game 2 of the 2014 NLDS.
Belt with a drive, hammered to deep right field, and that one is gone! Brandon Belt had been quiet tonight, held 0 for 6.
Fox Sports 1 with the call.
When there was a Fox Sports 1. I'm not even sure they have that anymore.
No, it's still there. It's yeah, no, I think so. Yeah, it's still there. It's what Cowherd does his show on.
Well,
yeah.
I don't watch Cowherd. So.
It's there's Fox, and then there's the Fox Sports Station, which is FS1.
Okay.
We go to Ben in San Ramon. Ben, greatest Brandon Belt moment or memory. What do you got?
Yeah, I think you guys just touched on it, but the 18-inning walk-off, I just remember sitting in my dorm room at Oregon in the same spot on the couch for 6 hours waiting for that game to end, and just being so relieved after he hit that walk-off. So appreciate all he's done, but yeah, I think it's time to move on.
Thank you very much, Ben.
Technically not a walk-off, though, since they were playing in Washington.
That's right. Somebody had to come in and clean that up.
Yes.
Who got the save that night? You got the box score open?
Oh, yes, I do. Hunter Strickland.
Hunter Strickland.
Who is still in baseball, by
This
the
is
way.
before he became can of gasoline Hunter Strickland.
Yeah. And the winning pitcher, Yusmero Petit.
Oh.
6 innings of 1-hit ball.
In extras?
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Pitched the 12th through the 17th.
You don't get a lot of 6-inning bullpen appearances.
No. He was genuinely underappreciated here. Because he was not a closer, he was not a setup guy, but he would eat some big innings for that team.
And he was asked to be both. He was
Yes.
miscast. That's what he was.
For the most part, not really. They put him in the place where he should be, like the 6th, 7th inning guy, who just and could pitch all day, every day.
Brandon Belt didn't exactly stoke the imagination or the hearts of Giants fans, but he was a good Giant. He's a guy who's definitely getting a plaque on the ballpark, not inside of it, outside of it. He gets an outside of the ballpark on the wall plaque.
Yeah, I mean,
he doesn't.
Well,
He doesn't get his number retired.
it depends on how long the Giants are not very good. If you know what I mean, they might need him for marketing purposes.
I wonder what kind of emotions would be stoked from Brandon Belt night.
You'd get the 25,000 true believers.
And God bless him. You need true believers as a baseball team.